What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, guys, for those of you that do not know, this is another transport video. So I am looking to transport to the city of Caerleon, mainly to the black market. So on screen right now, as you can see, I'm using the Winter's Bear. I've made several videos in the past. I'll show them on screen right now for you guys to see. That is other videos where I transport to Caerleon. The last video that I made was a solo transport through Merkworld. But in this video, guys, I am doing something different. I'm going to transport by using bandits. So for those of you that do not know, bandits is a event that happens, I think, between 4 to 6 hours every day. And usually that is a faction warfare. As you can see, the bandits just started, but it is a faction warfare event that happens in the red zone, and different cities come out in large groups, and they compete to see who can gather the most outposts. Okay, so on screen right now, I am following the Limhurst blob. They're gonna escort me to the city of Caerleon. You can do this with all the cities. I would highly recommend either Bridgewatch, Limhurst, or Fort Sterling, because those are right now on the American server or the NA server. Those are the three main active cities that I know of that's constantly coming out in large numbers, especially during bandits. You can use these different cities in order to help you transport. I think I was transporting roughly 11 million worth of gear, weapons and armor to Caerleon. Now, I think I should touch on this, guys. This is probably very important. On my last video that I uploaded where I was transporting to Caerleon through Merkworld, so like basically solo transporting, I was giving you guys a route that I like to take when I miss the bandit run. So whenever I miss bandits, there's certain routes that I like to take to Caerleon in order to reach the black market. Now, is it safe? No, there are chances where you can get ganked. I've been ganked several times, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but I'm comfortable with taking that route solo. Ideally, you would like to have your guild friends or your friends that you play with to scout for you ahead of time, so they can let you know of any activity that's going on in the red zone. They can let you know how many PKs are there. They can also let you know if it's safe or not to go through certain areas. Like I said on my last upload, when it came to transporting solo, sometimes you don't have your friends online, sometimes you miss the bandits, so these are routes that I like to take. But in today's video, this is the safest option that I know of other than going with your guild, and that is to transport during bandits. Okay, so if you can get your guild to mash together and go in numbers, that's great. But if you can't, then I highly do recommend, as you can see on screen, I am going with Limhurst, and I recommend you can do that too. Alright, you can go with Limhurst, like I said, you can go with Fort Sterling, you can also go with Bridgewatch. Alright, these are the three main cities that I go with during bandits, and they help escort me towards the black market at Caerleon. And this is extremely safe because you have numbers. Alright, you have a whole bunch of people that's out there doing faction warfare. Mind you, a lot of them are, as we consider, PvEers, so to speak. I've heard people call them rats, where they come in flat tier 4, bloodletter, minor boots, so on. Yeah, of course, a lot of them are in there. I would say 90% of these huge faction warfare players are rats, as they call it. It is what it is. Alright, but in that group you have like in the certain parties that are organized and they're willing to fight against other cities and also against the PKers. Okay, so they don't mind killing the PKers, and that's why I highly recommend that if you are transporting, please take a blob. You don't have to be with Limhurst, like I said, you can do it with Fort Sterling and also Bridgewatch. Another topic that I would like to touch on, guys, is the build. Alright, so the current build that I was using during this transport run, I opted for as much mobility as I could. Some people don't want to do that. It's entirely up to you, but for me, this is just personal preference. I opted for the Bloodletter with the Mistcaller. The reason why I took the Mistcaller was for my cooldowns. I also took the Cleric Cowl for the knockback effect, and I took Guardian Armor. Okay, now if you are transporting, please, I highly recommend taking Plate Armor. It does increase your defense, makes you a bit more tanky and a lot more difficult to kill. Okay, a minimum tier 5, tier 6. Okay, I like to take tier 5. Tier 6 is a bigger, safer option. It's entirely up to you. And for my shoes, I took minor boots. The reason why I took minor boots was the simple fact that if I do get dismounted and I'm in desperate need to get out of there, what I tend to do is use the dashes on my bloodletter to gain as much distance as I can from the PKers or the potential gankers. And as I gain my distance away from them, I then activate my minor boots, and the minor boots are really good at helping you get away. Then you can remount and hopefully make it to Caerleon safely. But like I said, I want to touch on this, guys. The build is personal preference. It's entirely up to you what you want to use. For me personally, I like to use mobility, that is with the bloodletter. Other people who like to use other weapons and so on, I always recommend taking plate armor. It can be guardian, it can be any type of plate armor. It's entirely up to you. The helmet is entirely up to you. The minor boots, in my opinion, is a must have. That or the soldier boots with the wanderlust. It's entirely up to you, okay? But I prefer the minor boots. And finally, the cape that is also optional. It's entirely up to you. I like to take the undead or the Fort Sterling cape, but like I said, it's entirely up to you guys that's watching this video. You can pick which one you want to take. As far as food, I like to take pork omelets because I tend to be kind of overweight when I'm transporting. One of the main reasons I use the pork not pork omelets, is because it decreases your carry weight. Okay, so I like to take at least 120 115 over my actual carry weight, and with the pork pie I can drop it down and make it safer for me. As for the potion, I take invers. That is just to help me get away from gankers. Okay, you can activate the invers potion at times that you need, and you see that you're in dire need of getting away from any ganker, then activate your invisibility potion. Right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are finally here at Wire, and this is Caerleon. Alright, shout out to Limhurst. Basically, shout out to all the cities that I use in order to transport. Thank you guys. As you can see in my inventory, I have a whole bunch of longbows that I crafted myself. I also have other items that I took from ganking. So we're in the black zone, and also no, not red zone, mainly black zone, because a lot of my guild friends, we like to do some black zone roaming. We like to fight for other things, and as you can see, me and these group of guys are just dancing, celebrating that we made it here safely. But anyways, like I said, we were out in the black zone ganking different groups of people, fighting for nodes, fighting for chests. Also, we gank in the roads of Avalon. But without further ado, guys, I'm just gonna dump everything into this chest right here and put it all up for sale eventually in the future. Anyways, it's your boy Musi. There's nothing else to say other than be good out there, and if you can't be good, then be bloody careful. I'm out of here, people.